Are you tired of pushing harder just to discover that you end up in a blind corner and somehow don't know how to get yourself out of it? I've been there many times and thought that the self-reliance is the answers, pushing through even through those blind corners, and self-sacrifice is the answer to overcome some very challenging situations in my life. And at some point, I got to the realization that 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 can only get me so far, and I got myself in the interesting situation when the outside felt like there's nothing to complain about, and inside tremendous turmoil when I felt like I don't have a choice but ask for help and ask for guidance. And still in that mindset of self-reliance and nobody can help me, I felt like, okay, the only person or actually person guide that can help me is God, that I can trust, because I was also losing that hope and faith and trust in others, and being in the interesting industry that involve very creating a really immediate trust, but relying on others not always was creating some challenges and becoming more kind of overwhelming, and me kind of putting more of that self-reliance, that if I'm not doing, nobody will able to do anything. That created more of that turmoil, and I felt that it was the end, but that was actually beginning of a beautiful spiritual journey when I asked God for help, and He was just waiting for me to be open to it, and it came. The support came quickly, and felt that pretty clear, that I could take and I can trust the decisions that I will be making. And even though there was still some mental kind of game and the questioning, and putting more of that restoration of the faith and trust, that divine presence is helping me, and it's helping through actually people, and that they right people to help, even though I'm questioning why why those people. I instead of putting so much of that questioning, accepting that this is the right things for me to do. And then the journey continues through the years, and coming to that realizations and that discernment, at what point is that mental game, and what point is that spiritual hope and intuition that is guiding me to move forward in taking some aligned actions. And I know that it's not always easy to discern that, and to see, and at some point with the practice, because we so used to being analyzing, being in our mind, and that self-reliance is so present, that we don't really trust the intuition. We don't trust that we are supported, divinely supported, and that we get to open ourselves to that support, and trust more of that support, and trust our mind that many times playing some tricks on us to keep us safe, and kind of holding us hostage until we become having more of that faith, that no matter what action, smaller or bigger, we take, we get to kind of tune more to that discernment, and we have it. We have our intuition. We just kind of keep silencing that intuition, and don't feel we can trust, because our mind telling us, well, possibly you made attempts to use your intuition, but it didn't work out for you, so it's not a reliable source, so keep relying on me. Possibly you heard that saying to yourself before, and it can happen again, because it's so used to through the mind, through the body, that the mental feels like it's more reliable than, and self-reliance is more reliable than using your intuition. Working in collaboration and co-creation with your spirit is not so reliable because it can actually get you to some craziness. It actually will free you from the mindful craziness when you can experience that shift, when you trust more of your intuition, when you start realizing that it's not the intuition fault, but mind trying to protect you. And it's not mind fault either, because it's been designed for certain things, and this is just being misinterpreted by you. That difference and distinction between when the mind is in charge and when your intuition is in charge, and putting more, restoring that, creating that shift, creating that evidence that there is a possibility you can trust yourself, that you can trust your intuition, that you can have a hope, that you can restore your faith and deepen your trust, and relying more on your intuition that will guide you to some amazing experiences. It doesn't mean that it will be always easy to move through, because it does require some courage, but I promise you that it will be worth it to experience some amazing blessings that mind is actually preventing you many times from experience, because feeling that it's not safe, because you trying to do something new, because you attempting to have courage and having some experience something beautiful. So having releasing some of that self-reliance, and start having that more of that distinction, feeling and experiencing more of that distinction when the mind is trying to be so convincing, and when your intuition is working, and give the intuition more of that voice. Instead of mind, and somehow quiet gently your mind, reassuring that you safe, that you love, that you worthy to use your intuition to take some beautiful aligned actions, even the smallest steps, to have that proof that you love, that you worthy, that you can trust yourself, and you can trust others, and you can trust God, divine interventions guiding you and leading you home, actually, and that's where you feel comfortable, when you feel that you don't feel alone, because that's many times from feeling like we alone, we have to self-rely on ourselves. What I'm talking about with home, we want to create that physical home where we feel at home and feel safe and feel loved. Same with our spiritual home, when we can return back to ourselves, to create that reconnections and cohesion between our mind, our heart, our body, and allowing the spirit to work with us and through us to create some amazingness in our life, and to live our legacy, and to become the best, to be the best version, because that striving of becoming, it might be exhausting as well. We thinking that we're pushing, and that self-reliance, that we have to earn it. And even this morning I had some interesting wisdom from divine when I became present to myself in sunbathing, and there was like reassurance when I allowing her to give the voice to my intuition, to my inner wisdom, to speak to me, that it's not so much about the performance of that self-reliance, of pushing myself, of attempting to earn something, and it's goes for the love and it goes for the money actually, even though it might be something new for you to hear that that we so used to with the love and then with the money, and we many times connecting, and I was even having some interesting kind of unfolding that people just don't understand what it's love, because they are kind of using and abusing. They feel that they've been used and abused by the love, not having understanding what is actually love, and why we get to experience more of that. That it's more than just the feeling. This is more of that self-acceptance, and more of that inner joy, more of that inner peace, that feeling, that homey feelings. That's what real love and true love is about. Not relying on yourself, or relying that somebody will give you that love, and demanding from other people that they have to demand, that they have to give you that love. If they don't, you feel hurt, and they also going through their journeys to look for that love, and many times they are looking outside of themselves instead of keep returning to themselves, and keep reconnecting with themselves, and keep reconnecting with divine, to experience that true power of divine love, where that ever presence, and it's not leaving you alone, even though if you don't feel it or don't hear it, or it's still that love is there for you to claim it, to actually receive it. That's the big word that a lot of us, especially those women at mid-age, being so self-reliant, have a hard time to receive the support, to receive the love, because they feeling like it's not possible for them. They were asking for them, they were looking for them, and many times their mind is telling them the stories, don't go there anymore because it's not safe, because you will get hurt, and preventing from experience that true power of that divine love, joy, peace, light, compassion. So having more of that openness, and restoring that spiritual hope that will lead you to the restoration of the faith, that deepen your trust with yourself, with your divine guidance, with your intuition, that can create that can allow you to live the best version of you, to really live your legacy, and live on purpose, and be of true service to others, because that's kind of it's also misunderstood that self-reliance and self-sacrifice, as for us pushing to help others, so maybe we earn something in return. It's actually freely given, and we there's no expectation from divine, that been many times in especially religions or limited beliefs kind of transfer to us, that you have to earn it, you have to earn love, you have to earn money, you have to earn the affections of the others, and that constant push, and sometimes that even deeper disconnections, that it's not worth of that push. We have to just kind of depend on ourselves in that self-reliance, which is even that more detrimental, because yes, we get to reconnect with ourselves, not to just keep relying on our self-reliance, but actually to open ourselves, that we get to be supported with divine, with other people, because divine might send you the support through people, through other people, through other opportunities, through experiences. When you're not open, when your mind is playing some tricks, when your heart is closed because you stranger danger kind of situation, you don't feel you're ready to open yourself with your heart and with your body again. You're preparing for the worst scenarios and worst situation, and hoping with that closeness you won't get hurt, you won't experience that. It's not possible not to experience living in this world, those challenging situations, but having understanding and using more of your intuition, how to navigate through those challenges, that it's okay to get yourself in that equation, without the self-reliance or self-sacrifice, being more open-minded heart, with the heart and body, and in connection, when that intuition will be stronger, when you allow the connection between your body, mind, and heart and spirit, when your power, your connection to the source power will be much stronger to be able to navigate through the challenges, and trusting more that things will work out for you, and many times for the highest good, that's your spirit is working through you for your own benefits and for the benefits of the others you might be being guided to be of support, to be that beacon of light, to be the lighthouse for the others. And it doesn't require any earning. It just requires for you your presence, your groundness, the radiation of that light to the others, even without saying much. Some people just can see, they can feel you when you so grounded, when you experience you're so connected. It can be felt by others. They feel they feel actually more present with themselves in your company. They feeling that they can open more in your presence as well. So many times it doesn't require a lot of efforts to be that beacon of light for the others. Just allowing to receive that light to you, to keep reconnecting with yourself and with your spirit, and sharing that with the others, and living your legacy, and not attempting to earn your legacy as well. And that's kind of the big difference of of those uncovering those gifts and receiving and giving them, that kind of not blocking that cycle of receiving and giving, and just giving, and that self-reliance, and then the depletion, when like, okay, so at what point I will receive. You get to allow that receiving mode, and things start coming to you. When you open, when you close, and you pushing yourself, the receiving will be definitely hard. So, and I'm also work in progress and learning more, and can spot sooner when my mind is trying to take charge, and stepping back and reconnecting with myself, with my spirit, and asking for the guidance, and allowing my intuition to guide me, and becoming louder and clearer of what's my next steps to take in very many times challenging situations in life, and to move forward, and trusting that things are operating for the higher good, without my understanding, without putting and analyzing and over analyzing. And yes, and not, it's not always easy, especially when you deal with other people that not so awakened, and getting allowing their mind to interfere, and you think like you get to kind of explain to them what it's really all about, because they allowing the mind to interfere, they allowing to bring more fear, and more of the worry and anxiety about things not working out for them, and not trusting enough, and having that hope that things will work out. So we get to be those role models and examples, especially for women in mid-age, who are already so powerful, and start coming to that realization that their power is rising, and we get to use that for good, and live our legacy together, and creating some co-creating some communities, honest and authentic communities, to expand our presence, to bring more of that hope, that authenticity, together together with like-minded, like-hearted people. So I'm inviting you. You can put in the comments connect, and I would be happy to connect and explore some possibilities of how that co-creation could look like. I have some big vision about it, but also open to see what you have in mind and how we can co-create with your vision, and how we can add it to living our legacy and be of that through service to ourselves and to others, and having to has in that equation, and knowing that the guidance is there, that we get to open to receive that. So without further ado, inviting you to subscribe to the channel, to share your thoughts about what I'm sharing here on the topic of that spiritual hope, and what is in resonance with that for you. For more, there's blog posts, there's free resources, there are links to connect, to expand our presence and explore the possibility at awaken-women.com. So go check that out, and thank you for your presence. Thanks for checking and listening to that message. Thank you for your engagement, and see you around again. Take care. Sending you so much love, joy, peace, light, and compassion.